Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have so much to get you caught up on, everything that's been going on the past couple of weeks, but before I get into all of that, I just wanted to open up the video. Basically today is a get it all done video. I had errands to run, things to pick up around the house, outdoor stuff that I needed to get done, but I always start my morning with coffee, or so I thought. There was a dang fly in my coffee and it went in my mouth. And so I dumped that out, grabbed the little espresso double shot that I had in my fridge and drank that. So my first stop is Dollar Tree. I ended up grabbing just a couple little things for my kids. It has been a really long couple of weeks, and so I just wanted to put together something kind of fun and simple for them for Halloween. So you will see that in the next video. But my trip after that is Walmart. After Walmart, I ended up running through Aldi's as well. And as I was pulling into Aldi's, my best friend called me and asked if I wanted to do a little shopping with her. She had a couple different stores to go to. She has Wednesdays off of work. And so, of course, I said yes. So I came home. I put all of the refrigerated things away and then met her at her house, and we headed up probably about half an hour away. We headed up and did just a little shopping. I didn't get anything, but she had some returns and things like that. So now I am back home, kind of putting the rest of everything away. I also have my children are home. I went to go pick up Dalton and Day as well. So it was not really exactly how I thought my afternoon was going to go, but I was happy that my plans changed a little bit. I usually do a big clean out of my fridge. I would say once a month. In between those times, I will clean like the white part on the fridge on the very front of the shelves. I'll kind of do a quick wipe down of everything, wipe down the front of the fruit and vegetable bins. There's like random sticky stuff sometimes all over the fridge from my children. Not sure what that ever is, but just a quick wipe down. But to really take everything out and do a big like deep clean of everything, the crumbs, I usually do that once a month. I also wanted to go ahead and switch laundry, throw some of Brett's work clothes in the washer. I am constantly doing laundry, and I know I've said this before, we are a family of 4 and it feels like we are a family of 10 because I am constantly doing laundry. And I think a big thing right now is we dress in layers right now because in the morning it's super chilly, and then by the afternoon right now it is warm. And I think yesterday it was 70 degrees, and I'm not complaining, but that makes for a lot of laundry. So I'm constantly switching stuff, especially Brett's stuff. His stuff just gets dusty, and so he has tons of layers, we have tons of layers. So I'm also kind of washing our winter stuff to get ready for all of those layers. Winter hats, gloves, I'm pulling all those things out as well. So another thing is dishes. Oh my gosh, I feel like I do laundry and dishes like every day. I bake and I cook quite often, and so I will say I think my sink is smaller than the average sink, so maybe it looks like I have more, but I do a lot of cooking and baking, and so I constantly have dishes and containers and stuff that I have to wash. But usually after dinner, I don't do the dishes after dinner. I'll do it once in the afternoon, and then whatever's left in there after dinner, I leave it for the morning. I am a stay-at-home mom if you are new here, and I have the time in the morning. I'm telling you, in the evenings after dinner, I am like done for. Brett and I get up at like 4 a.m. And so anything after the evenings, like after dinner, cleanup is done, I am done. I'm done. So it is the next day, and now I can kind of get into everything that has been going on the past couple of weeks. So basically, I was sick and Dalton was sick for quite a while. I was sick for about 2 weeks. Dalton was sick just for a couple days. Brett ended up getting sick and he had bronchitis, and then Dalen was also sick just with a little sore throat. And then Dalton was sick again. So he had a fever, and I ended up keeping him home from school on a Thursday. So I don't know if you guys remember me talking about my roof is needing to get replaced. It has been a very long process. So they were finally coming out to do the first step, which was removing the asbestos from our roof. Long story short, that is basically shingles that are from like a long time ago, but when you remove them, they release this like chemical that's really bad to breathe in. So a special company had to come out first to remove the asbestos off of our roof. You have to wear a mask and everything, so we could not be home. So they were coming out on Friday and Saturday. And Friday, Dalton woke up and his eye was super pink. And it was like, I instantly knew the day was going to be chaotic. So I called him out of school on that Friday, kept him home per se, but we could not be home because they were coming to do the asbestos. So we basically kind of ran errands. I got him some medicine and some stuff for his pink eye. And so it wasn't bad. It was just the white part was irritated. So got him some medicine. We were good to go. We ran some errands. We did a little Christmas shopping, did some stuff out of the area kind of thing, out of the house basically. And then we came back home and they had all of the asbestos off. And then that Monday they came and redid the whole roof. So we have a new roof on the house and on my garage as well. So within that time as well, because that weekend was very chaotic, having to be out of the house, Dalton was sick. And so I also ended up taking my camera in to Best Buy the weekend after that because I was having audio issues. There was static over the audio. So sent my camera in. They ended up taking my camera and sending it off to get fixed. I got it back yesterday and was looking at it, and I realized the static noise is still there. So I had to go back up to Best Buy, take my camera in, get it sent off again. So fingers crossed that once I get my camera back for the second time, I can have my camera back and everything is fine. So that is another big reason why I had not been vlogging a lot, because I don't have my camera. So the next couple videos will be with my cell phone, but it's not that big of a deal. I still want to put out videos. So it's just there's been a lot of little things in between there, but it has just been kind of chaotic with getting our roof done, everybody being sick, then me not having my camera, but things could definitely be worse, but it's just been a little chaotic. So basically today I am spending all day trying to get all of the like little pieces of shingles, and it was so windy when they were out here too, so there was a lot of like garbage and stuff that had just kind of blown around. So today was kind of an outdoor clean, get everything picked up outside. I only set a couple of signs out, which I'm actually glad that I did, because when the roofers came, they basically took everything on the porch and kind of pushed it to one side, which was fine, but I'm glad I didn't do like a whole, Halloween porch decor kind of thing, because I would have had to like redecorate everything. So I just set out a couple signs. That is legit all I'm doing for this Halloween. I was going to do a lot more, and then yeah, I was kind of over it. And then the last thing that I wanted to do before the weather gets crappy again is I wanted to mow one last time. So our lawnmower does not start every time for whatever reason. So I have a little can of starter fluid. I just spray it in this like little crevice that my husband basically told me to spray it. So every time it doesn't start, that's what I have to do. So I wanted to go ahead and mow. I put in my headphones and find like a good podcast. Usually I listen to Crime Weekly podcast, or I will listen to Kendall Ray or the Mile Higher podcast. Those are probably a couple of my favorites. So because they're really long videos, so I will play those true crime videos and mow, and I actually really enjoy mowing. I am going to go ahead and start dinner. We are doing Cowboy casserole. I know there's a couple different variations of this, but this is how my mom always made it. So I have about a pound of ground beef. I am seasoning it with garlic powder, onion powder, salt. I have elbow macaroni noodles that are boiling in the water. And then I'm going to go ahead and take 1 can of tomato soup, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. You kind of stir that all up, and then you also add a little bit of steak sauce. I think this is not specifically A1 sauce. This is just like a steak sauce that I needed to kind of use up. Usually I use A1 sauce. I kind of eyeball it because it's not super strong, and I don't know if it kind of cooks itself out, but it just gives it a little bit of flavor. So my husband always likes to add a little bit more on top once it's done cooking. So then you go ahead and add the elbow macaroni noodles to the mix. You mix it all up, kind of let it marinate together for 5 minutes. Then I put it in a baking dish. I think this is 9 by 13. Sprinkle some cheddar cheese on top. You can really use whatever cheese that you want. I think there's even tater tots that I've seen go on top of this as well, but you're going to put it in a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes. This is probably the laundry that I was starting yesterday, and it just kind of sat in this laundry bin. So I'm going to go ahead and get some laundry done. I have been trying to do better about not leaving piles on the couch because I hate that, but I do it to myself. So I'm going to go ahead and get some laundry done. And then I also have been having Dalton and Day make their own lunches. So Dalton was wanting to be hot lunch. Daylin was wanting to be cold lunch, so she is going to go ahead and get her own stuff in her lunchbox. So I wanted to go ahead and dip up some dinner and put it in bowls at least so it can be cooling off while we are kind of getting all of the school stuff together. I need to wash her thermos because for her lunch, her cold lunch for the next day, I'm going to go ahead, along with the stuff that she packed, I'm going to go ahead and put some Cowboy casserole in her little thermos. So usually that's what I try to do, is kind of do leftovers, but she has her lunch all packed. I just kind of make sure that it's not like, she probably wouldn't, I don't know if Dalton would either, just pack like a bunch of candy or something like that. But her lunch is done, and now it is kind of getting paperwork and stuff together from school. So basically they have Smencils at school, and every year, I think it's the 8th graders that sell these Smencils, and basically it is a scented pencil, and they have some really fun like scents to it. So I told them if they wanted to buy some this year, they can use their own money. And so while they are doing that, I am getting their school tech fee. It was like a $50 tech fee because of their little laptops that they bring home from school, which I swore I already sent Dalton's to school, but apparently not. So I was trying to get a little bit more organized too. I ran to the bank earlier, so trying to get their tech fee in their folder, get that done and over with, get their Smencils in a little, the Smencil money in a Ziploc bag, get that in their folders too, just kind of getting all of their school stuff organized. It's never ending. So Dalton is in 5th grade, and I can tell a big difference just as far as independence goes for school stuff from last year to this year. And then I also needed to get their school snack. Basically, they have a list that they go off of that you can choose from to take a snack to school. So they chose graham crackers, but I noticed the bag was open. And so sometimes, you know, when graham crackers sit out, they get like squishy. So I took a little bite out of one to make sure it was not like gross and squishy. And it wasn't, but I was teasing Dalton, how funny would that be if I ended up putting that like half bitten off graham cracker in one of their bags. And of course he was trying to convince me to put it in Dalen's bag, which I did not. And then lastly, I was just trying to get some drinks in the fridge for Brett for work tomorrow. That's always my last thing, even if it's like right before bed. I always try to make sure I put drinks in the fridge for him. So that is about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.